Paul tells Timothy to devote himself to the public reading of Scripture. Why would he do that? Well, one reason was because that's the only way that people would have learned the Scriptures. In the ancient world, even a single scroll of one book of the Bible was extremely expensive, and so most people never would have had possession of one. And even if they did, there's no guarantee they would have been literate and could have read it. And so most people learn the Scriptures by hearing these Scriptures read to them in worship. And that's what Paul tells Timothy to do in 1 Timothy 3, until he comes to devote himself to the public reading of Scripture, to exhortation, and to teaching. Now, those four English words, public reading of Scripture, are only one word in Greek, anagnosis. That's the same Greek word that occurs in an inscription to a synagogue in Jerusalem that archaeologists have found. And part of this inscription in Greek says that the purpose of the synagogue, one purpose, was for the reading of the law. So the reading of the law that happened in the synagogues would have been followed by a sermon, possibly also by reading of the prophets. And Paul tells Timothy, when you gather together as the Christian church, then read the Scriptures. Have a sermon, have exhortation, have teaching. And of course, the same thing goes on in our churches still today. That's why we read the Bible in church. And we have sermons based upon it, that this word might fill us with the wisdom, the grace, the peace that we have in Jesus Christ through his word.